Welcome back again, Gooners. Arsenal were straight back to work at Sober Realty Training Centre after their impressive 4-1 victory over Aston Villa, as Mikel Arteta's side continue preparations for their final match of the year against Bournemouth away from home. With confidence high, intensity sharp and team spirit strong, the Gunners know tomorrow's clash is another massive opportunity to extend their lead at the top of the Premier League table. Training was lively, focused and competitive. Players looked energised rather than relaxed, showing that this Arsenal squad is not satisfied yet and wants to keep pushing. The session featured high-tempo passing drills, tactical shape work and finishing exercises, with attackers working on movement inside the box and defenders sharpening their positioning and pressing reactions. The mood in camp appears positive, with players smiling, joking and motivating each other. But when it was time to work, the focus switched immediately to serious mode. Jurrien Timber took major attention in training, continuing to build sharpness after returning to team involvement. His composure on the ball, defensive awareness and confidence were clear signs that he is gradually getting back to his best. Kai Havertz was also back with the group, looking physically strong and technically sharp after months out. His creativity, link-up play and movement between the lines give Arteta another key option ahead of upcoming fixtures. Ben White trained fully and looked solid in defensive drills, showing strength in duels and calmness in build-up play. Arsenal's midfield group trained with intensity and togetherness, working on quick transitions, pressing coordination and maintaining control, something that has been a major part of their success this season. With the team currently 4 points clear of Manchester City, every detail matters, and Arteta made sure players remained focused, alert and disciplined throughout the session. Now let's move into the latest team injury news and updates ahead of the Bournemouth match. Declan Rice missed the Aston Villa game after picking up a knee problem against Brighton, but the midfielder is improving well. The swelling needs to reduce completely before he can function comfortably, but there is optimism around him, and he has a potential return date of Bournemouth away on January 3rd, depending on how he responds in the coming days. Christian Mosquera remains out with a more serious injury than initially expected. Arteta confirmed earlier this month that the defender will be sidelined for weeks, meaning his likely return will be in January 2026 as he continues his recovery program. Ricardo Calafiori has missed the last 2 matches after picking up a problem during the warm-up before facing Brighton. It's still unclear when he will be available again, but his issue is being monitored closely, and he is also expected to be sidelined until January 2026. The good news for Arsenal fans is that Kai Havertz is finally back after more than 4 months out. He was on the bench against Aston Villa and is now building match fitness. If everything goes well, he is expected to be ready for Bournemouth away on January 3rd, providing Arsenal with another attacking boost. Young midfielder Max Daumann is unfortunately out with an ankle injury and will be unavailable for around 2 months. His recovery timeline places his potential return around February 2026. So, Arsenal head into tomorrow's match against Bournemouth with positive momentum, returning stars, strong training intensity, and confidence flowing through the squad. The mission is simple: stay focused, take the chances, defend strongly, and finish the year in style, again and again. While Arsenal celebrate on the pitch, a major twist continues to unfold off it. Reports suggest Bournemouth star Antoine Semenyo would have chosen Arsenal as his first-choice destination if talks had begun this January. However, the winger now looks set to join Manchester City, who are prepared to activate his £65 million release clause. At 25, the Ghanaian forward has been one of the standout performers of the season, already hitting 8 Premier League goals. According to reports, Semenyo grew up a Gunners fan and would have gladly picked Arsenal over City, but financial timing and strategy prevented a deal. Arsenal's big summer spending means any real move likely wouldn't have come until 2026, while Semenyo is determined to leave now and compete immediately for major honours. Liverpool and Chelsea also showed interest, while Manchester United pushed strongly. But City appear ready to close the deal swiftly. Martinelli's support for Jesus highlights Arsenal's strong team spirit beyond transfers. One of the most inspiring stories in the Arsenal squad comes from Gabriel Martinelli. The Brazilian forward has revealed how he emotionally and mentally supported compatriot Gabriel Jesus throughout his long ACL injury recovery. Jesus spent most of the year sidelined, admitting he experienced 300 bad days during his rehabilitation. Martinelli, who has gone through serious knee issues himself, stepped up as a supportive teammate, offering motivation, reassurance, and understanding throughout the journey. Despite being younger, Martinelli showed maturity and leadership, reminding everyone how close-knit this Arsenal squad truly is. Now that Jesus is back, both players will be hoping to make decisive contributions during this crucial final stretch of the season. Arsenal's 2-1 win over Brighton not only keeps their title dream alive, it highlights a squad full of belief, unity, and heart. Even with a potentially quiet January transfer window, the spirit inside Arteta's team may be the most powerful signing of all. With Aston Villa up next and trophies still within reach on multiple fronts, Arsenal look ready to keep pushing until the very end. Let's continue to previous updates with our journalist.
Arsenal are gearing up for another intriguing transfer battle as they find themselves competing with Chelsea for the signature of Juventus sensation Kenan Yildiz. Despite expectations of a relatively quiet January after heavy spending in recent windows, Arsenal are already preparing for future business, with eyes firmly on strengthening key areas ahead of the 2026 summer window. Sporting director Andrea Berta has been credited with assembling a strong squad, but there is still a belief inside the club that a few strategic additions could take Mikel Arteta's team to the next level. High on the agenda is the recruitment of a versatile forward capable of covering multiple attacking positions, particularly someone who can challenge Gabriel Martinelli on the left, while also adapting elsewhere across the front line. Arsenal are also assessing options in goal, with plans to bring in a promising young goalkeeper to increase competition behind David Raya and Kepa Arrizabalaga. According to reports, Juventus forward Kenan Yildiz has emerged as a major target. The Turkish star's situation in Turin is described as delicate, as he pushes for a significantly improved contract to reflect his rising status in Serie A. However, Juventus's hesitation to meet his demands has opened the door for Premier League clubs, with Arsenal and Chelsea both leading the race. Arsenal have reportedly made direct contact with Yildiz's agent, Jorge Mendes, and are ready to act swiftly if contract talks collapse. Yildiz is believed to be attracted by Arsenal's project, Arteta's coaching style, and the club's strong track record of developing technically gifted young attackers. Chelsea remain firmly in the mix as well, having already shown serious interest with a rejected €70 million bid last summer, while Juventus continue to value the player at around €90 million. Arsenal's interest in Serie A does not stop there. Reports in Italy suggest the Gunners are also monitoring AC Milan goalkeeper Lorenzo Torriani. The 20-year-old caught Arsenal's attention after a standout pre-season performance in which he saved 3 penalties against them. With limited first-team opportunities behind Mike Maignan, Torriani is believed to be open to a move, though Milan previously rejected a €10 million offer, meaning Arsenal would need to improve their bid. While talk continues around Arsenal possibly signing another striker, it is understood that the club still has faith in Victor GYKORES and does not currently see replacing him as a priority. Instead, attention will remain on securing a versatile forward like Yildiz and strengthening depth in goal. As things stand, Arsenal and Chelsea are watching developments closely, and the next few months will be crucial. Whether Juventus meet Yildiz's demands or open the door to a blockbuster Premier League move remains to be seen. But Arsenal are positioning themselves strongly should the opportunity arise. In other news, Arsenal are also monitoring developments around Real Madrid star Arda Guler. The 20-year-old Turkish talent is attracting serious interest from Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester United after producing 3 goals and 7 assists in 21 appearances this season. Guler has quickly built a reputation as a generational playmaker, drawing comparisons to Mesut Özil due to his creative vision, elegance, and tactical intelligence. Signed for €30 million in 2023, he has grown into a versatile option capable of playing as a number 10 or winger, backed by elite creative statistics such as 7.98 progressive passes per 90 and 3.27 key passes per 90. His goal involvement every 136 minutes further highlights his influence in attacking phases. Reports suggest that Mikel Arteta views Guler as an ideal long-term creative addition and a potential future replacement capable of elevating Arsenal's attacking structure. The Gunners are believed to be willing to pay up to $88 million to secure him, convinced that his skills perfectly suit their high-pressing, possession-based approach. However, Real Madrid are turning away offers and are preparing a contract extension, seeing him as a major asset for the future. While his loyalty to Madrid may play a role, the financial power and sporting ambition of the Premier League contenders ensure this transfer saga is far from over. On the other side, according to fresh reports, the club are willing to spend €45 million, which are round to £39.3 million, to secure one of League One's most highly rated young midfielders this winter, despite the player recently signing a new long-term contract with his current side. After an expensive summer window worth nearly £250 million, the Gunners were expected to have a quiet January. However, sporting director Andrea Berta remains attentive to strategic market opportunities, particularly those involving promising midfielders who could strengthen the squad's long-term structure. Sources suggest that Arsenal are actively assessing options, with young Elche talent Rodrigo Mendoza still on the list as a possible winter target. The club have also been heavily linked with Lile's rising star Ayoub Bouadi, who extended his contract until 2029. However, the extension is believed to be part of Lile's strategy to maximise any future transfer fee rather than guarantee a long-term stay. Arsenal and Chelsea are both reportedly willing to meet the €45 million valuation to secure his signature, although Lille are expected to hold out for offers exceeding €50 million in the summer. Bouadi has already amassed 72 senior appearances, breaking multiple club records at Lille and showcasing the maturity of a far older midfielder. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch, he offers versatility as both a number 6 and number 8, making him a natural fit for Arteta's tactical model. His ball-carrying ability, physical strength, and exceptional passing accuracy, particularly his 90.3% completion rate on long balls, ranking him in the top 1% of European midfielders, have made him one of the most coveted young players in France. With competition from Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Manchester United, securing Bouadi will not be straightforward. However, reports state that the strongest interest currently comes from Arsenal and Chelsea, setting the stage for a potential transfer battle between the London rivals. If Arsenal do manage to bring him to North London, Bouadi is viewed as a player who could one day step into the roles currently occupied by key midfield figures. His profile suggests he could grow into a long-term solution in Arteta's evolving engine room, learning from top-level leaders and eventually becoming a central figure in Arsenal's future midfield. On the other side, Arsenal have been tipped to explore a potential January deal for Manchester United midfielder Kobbie Mainoo. According to respected ESPN journalist Mark Ogden, the Gunners could consider a short-term option for the England international if they reach the end of the window still needing extra cover in midfield. Mainoo, despite his talent and breakthrough reputation, has yet to start a Premier League match this season. He has made 9 appearances off the bench, with his only start coming in the League Cup defeat to Grimsby Town. Reports suggest that he considered leaving Manchester United late in the summer window after Ruben Amorim publicly stated that he would be competing directly with captain Bruno Fernandes for minutes. The midfielder pushed for a loan move elsewhere for more consistent first-team football, but Manchester United Director of Football Jason Wilcox convinced him to stay. Even so, uncertainty continues to surround his situation heading into January, especially with Premier League rivals monitoring his availability. Chelsea, among other clubs, have shown interest, but Ogden believes Arsenal could emerge as a surprise contender. On the ESPN FC podcast, he explained that while United prefer to keep the player, financial pressures under the Premier League's PSR rules mean homegrown stars could be allowed to leave, similar to the situation involving Alejandro Garnacho in the summer. Ogden noted that Arsenal might look at Mainoo as a short-term solution to provide depth behind Martin Ødegaard, especially with young Max Daumann still developing and not yet ready for a heavy match schedule. In his written piece for ESPN, Ogden emphasised that Arsenal's squad is strong, but that midfield cover remains a concern when Ødegaard is unavailable. However, any move for Mainoo would depend on Manchester United finding a replacement, a scenario that makes the potential deal complicated but not entirely impossible. With Arsenal keeping one eye on maintaining squad strength during a title push, a late window loan could become an option if circumstances align.